The hate they give, that's the focus of tonight's angle.
I think what annoys me most about white people is when they pretend like they're the victim. What's also annoying is when when they kill us.
What is fragile about whiteness when everything has been constructed around it?
Now, this is what Showtime thinks we all need after 2 years of suffering through COVID: more divisive racial hate-mongering. Its new docuseries called Everything's Gonna Be All White, clever, features some of the biggest names in the racial industrial complex. So the point, I think, is to remind everyone that even as we emerge from COVID, America has not emerged from her racist past.
One of the definitions of American whiteness is ignorance.
White people, we are not your problem. You are.
Should white people today feel any responsibility for slavery?
Hell yeah.
Symbols and monuments, these are mementos of racism.
Bring that statue down.
It's about obliterating systemic and institutionalized racism.
So is this what self-righteous liberals mean when they wear those goofy Stronger Together t-shirts? Do we build back better by tearing down our history? Or do we obliterate racism with blatantly racist appeals?
When you have an overwhelmingly white teaching force, right? We have a very racially homogeneous teaching force. You inevitably have the reproduction and the dissemination of racism and white supremacy. Schools are just incredibly efficient at reproducing racial inequality.
Now, Lord only knows how many of our public schools have bought into this new racial spoil system, which is often guided by very handsomely paid diversity consultants. Now, their lesson plans encourage racial introspection, racial thought at all times, not just in history, but in math, grammar, and look, they want you to believe that racism is everywhere in the schools, in society. It's lurking in the science labs near the Bunsen burners and embedded in algebra equations as well. Solve for X? Sounds like coded bigotry to me. Now, to the left, racism is so pervasive, it's even in the air we breathe.
My residents are in some of the most polluted zip codes in the nation. Many of them are dying at a higher rate of COVID because of the environmental racism.
The toxic legacy of environmental racism that has plagued our nation for far too long.
Now, Showtime, I guess, hopes that their audience is growing and thinks that maybe all those students who sat through those seminars, who listened to the squad, do their allyship and anti-racism courses, that they'll have shame and remorse drilled into them for the things that happened long before they were even born. But I think they're running into a brick wall of common sense, especially among young minorities. Biden's favorability among black voters dropped 10 points through 2021, according to the recent figures from Democrat pollsters, and it's even worse among black Americans under the age of 35. Their support for Biden fell 25 points by the end of last year. I think most sensible people out there know that the American dream, it's still out there for people of all races. Most of us know the game that's being played here. The race card is not the only one of the left's go-to weapons of choice against an America they've grown to despise, but it's also a tool of distraction from their myriad policy failures. The fact is, for decades now, Democrats have spectacularly failed the very people they claim to be helping with all this racial hectoring. The demands for reparations, their moves to remake school curricula, and of course remake the workplace culture, only breed more resentment and division. So you must never apologize to those who play with racial accelerants. The NFL gets sued for supposedly racist hiring practices, and they rush to meet with Al Sharpton, of all people, one of the most corrosive forces on the planet. Sharpton's now moved from defund the police to defund the NFL.
I told Goodell, yes, we march out in front of stadiums, but that's not where we're going this time. We're going into these city councils and board of aldermen to have people make motions that we will withdraw public funds until there's diversity. They understand being hauled in front of a city council and saying, where's your diversity?
So they're remaking city councils. You get it. Diversity through extortion. Well, he knows that game well. Really, it's just what the Reverend is demanding. What he's demanding there is just more overt racism. But given the choice between standing up for an American institution and caving to the money-hungry race arsonist, Roger Goodell, he picked the latter.
What we want to try to see is the outcomes, right? We want to see black head coaches in the NFL and coaches of people of color and eventually gender. If there are policies that we need to modify, we're going to do that. We will absolutely do it.
Hey, Roger, here's some advice. Giving in now will only encourage them to demand more. That's what they do. The radical left can never be satiated, and since their polls are in the gutter, they're going to resort to even more outlandish race baiting. And no amount of apologies or donations will ever be enough. It never is. Heck, even after Joe Rogan apologized for racially insensitive past remarks, the vultures still swept in for more talons of flesh. The cultural Marxists getting rich off crying racism, they don't care what you said or what you did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 30 years ago. They just want more money and they want more power. A fat book contract maybe, a lucrative visiting professorship, and a lifetime job guarantee anywhere they go. Because if you ever fire or discipline them, naturally, they're going to scream racism. This atmosphere of eggshell walking and nonstop racial recriminations drives people to their individual corners. It breeds distrust. It separates us. But then again, that's the whole point, isn't it? The left doesn't want us to get closer to each other. They only thrive when we're at each other's throats. And that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.